A rivalry renewed with Sasha and Charlotte. Steph and Mick have some coarse words. Brock Lesnar disagrees with everything. We are one step closer to New Day Ice Cream, a new Hall of Fame announcement, and over 800 pounds in the main event, so we're going to have to reinforce this studio right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Bang! This is the Monday Night Raw After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV, and Raw was right in our backyard in Los Angeles, California at the Staples Center, but we are coming to you from North Hollywood at AFTERBUZZ Studios. Jonny Loquasto here with a full squad right here at the table. First off, your computer is pretty badass.
Thanks, brother.
I'm not putting over Apple, but I will put over Macho Man and Undertaker on your computer. Anyways, we got plenty to talk about. Let's get right to it. Jonny Loquasto here at J. Quasto. The lovely lady next to me. Very funny actress and improviser, the host of Marvel Movie News and the host of Screen Junkies News. Make it loud. She's on Twitter at Markeia McCarty because she's Markeia McCarty.
Yeah, MarkeiaMcCarty.
I was trying to clap along with it. I didn't do a good job.
No, it's fine. You were on rhythm.
You just gave yourself a couple self-high fives.
I fun-daddied it. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Speaking of self-high fives, a man who gives many to himself, and not in a weird way, in a good way. Funny comedian, great actor, wrestling encyclopedia. Find him on Twitter at Erik W. Barnes, because he's Erik Barnes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, AfterBuzzers. And what I do, yeah, what an intro. I can't think of a better and worse one at the same time.
It was supposed to be like a smooth transition, then I realized there's innuendo there, and I apologize for that.
It's all good.
But it's okay.
It's all good. It was honest. That's all that matters.
I just got that, actually.
And what are you going to do? And next to him, wearing her brand new I'm a Kathy Kelly Girl t-shirt. She's the wrestling intern here at AfterBuzz TV. She's Anissa Barr.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
What's happening?
Not much.
So I will say this. Raw started off kind of... number one, started off incredible with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, well, Kevin Owens, we love.
Just a man in his thoughts.
Ooh, yeah. Just a man in a ring with a mic in his thoughts.
And a chair.
And his belt.
Yeah.
And
his championship.
Most importantly, the chair.
And his dark suit. Yes.
And his ego.
And his ego.
A lot in one ring. It's a lot in one ring.
Indeed.
For one man.
They have to reinforce the ring just for this bet.
That's why they reinforce it for Kevin Owens.
Exactly.
For all that stuff and his spotlight.
Nah, not the 800-pound main event.
No.
That 800-pound promo. That's what they have.
It really was. I mean,
Super
this was
good.
the Kevin Owens. This was like Steen.
Yes.
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was Kill Steen Kill reborn.
Which we were all waiting for. Look, him and Jericho are just, they're incredible, and they're funny, and they're entertaining. But eventually, to keep Kevin Owens' title reign running, well, who knows, it might not run past Fastlane. But it was great to see this Kevin Owens come back to where he talks 99.9% about Goldberg and a mic drop, Chris Jericho.
Yeah, and it was important as Fastlane is fast approaching, and it just sorry, didn't mean that play on words, but no, you know, because until tonight, pretty much we just kind of thought, well, you know, Goldberg's just gonna plow right through Owens because he's kind of a jokester and was portrayed as a coward. But this one is more dark, more vicious, and I'm actually very excited to see him versus Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to just kind of a possible just one-off. I kind of want to see a feud now.
Well, here's the thing. It's so unpredictable because, you know, 86 seconds, none of us saw that coming in Survivor Series.
None.
No.
We
Wow.
don't know what's going to happen with KO and Goldberg. Could it be 76 seconds, or could it actually be a longer match like Kevin Owens says, all I have to do is outlast you?
I'm not even going to gamble on it.
No.
Like, no, I'm going to lose money.
Do you often gamble?
No, I don't.
I think the key phrase in the promo is he said, I know how to play the game better than anyone else. And if you recall last week, Triple H called him over for a little powwow before he did his beatdown on Jericho. So we might, I don't know, I'm just predicting possibly a Triple H interference in this match to help Owens possibly retain.
It's weird. And a week ago,
Or it could mean nothing.
Yeah,
Or it could mean nothing.
I was convinced a week ago that Goldberg was absolutely going to take the title from Kevin Owens. Then him and Lesnar would be the title match. I'm not so sure after tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
They did a great job planting seeds of doubt.
Yeah, because, I mean, you could argue that KO and Jericho doesn't need a title. Well, you could sure as hell argue that Goldberg and Lesnar certainly doesn't need a title involved.
It does sweeten the pot, though.
It does, but so does, then again, Jericho still
Jericho's still U.S. champ.
Yeah, he still has his championship, you know, and his hurt pride.
We could have 2 title matches instead of 1.
No, you're right.
In
It's just
WrestleMania.
so strange because Kevin Owens, like tonight, he was just different Kevin Owens, and you're thinking, all right, he's an unstoppable force at this point from here on out, and then, oh, maybe not in 2 weeks.
Was he a different Kevin Owens, or was this the real Kevin Owens that's just been under like a friendship blanket for like a few months?
Good call.
Look, I've had a lot of
know?
friendship
Yeah.
blankets thrown on me, and, you know, it's not the best.
warm, snuggly.
Warm and snuggly.
that
But it could also be
friendship blanket.
smothering and sweltering.
Yes.
Apparently, it was for Kevin Owens.
And you need to become a cold man afterward.
Because you take the
true
friendship
colors
blanket
came
off.
out.
You become a cold
These
man.
metaphors are just, they're sweet.
Yeah, fantastic.
Without the blanket.
Yeah.
Right.
Without a blanket, without the friendship blanket, you become a cold man.
It gets chilly.
No, I'm just saying, like with the KO and the Sami Zayn, and I know that he brought it up like later, but you lose them how you get them, so that's just how it is
Yep,
with
yep.
KO and Jericho. But I miss Jericho.
Yeah, no, of course.
I miss him.
We're going to. And I do
Rest
love
in
what he
peace.
said, though. He's like, all I have to do is outlast you, Bill Goldberg. It's not going to be 86 seconds. And he's like, I've never been impressed by Goldberg. Even when I was a kid, I didn't buy into the hype. And then my favorite line is, Bill, it's not your next. It's your nothing.
Oh, nice stinger. Beautiful.
That was fantastic.
That was really
Kudos to KO. Kudos to the writers, because that was a hell of a way to start off Raw. And the best part is he stands up and says, and regarding Chris Jericho, nah. Drops the mic, which is just the most insulting thing you can do, and that's why it was fantastic.
Yes. And it's a
Yeah.
tease. We still don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We know nothing.
It's like one of those things when someone's angry with you. It's like, oh, they still care. If there's just the indifference of, nah, I'm gonna Lady Gaga throw this.
You're not even worth my time. Talking
Just
about.
fantastic stuff. I mean, mic drop, leaves the ring. We don't address Jericho at all the entire episode.
Oh,
No,
he's gone.
I was surprised.
The only time he appeared on the show was in the wonderful recap of the Festival of Friendship segment from last week.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned possibly about Triple H maybe interfering for Kevin Owens.
Yes.
Well, what if Jericho comes down in Fastlane? We get old school sarcastic ass Jericho. He's not afraid to fight off Triple H.
That could
I would love
also
that.
be a possibility.
You know,
Ooh.
there's a lot of possibilities to where Fastlane. I always complain that it's not needed, but it's still going to be fun to watch.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it seems like it's going to
will.
be a turning point, maybe even a linchpin with all of these storylines that we have going on. So then it just ramps it up into WrestleMania for us.
Isn't there a pay-per-view called Turning Point?
It was Breaking Point, I believe.
Really? I figured. It just sounds like
There's
one.
there's so many.
No, I think you mean Point Break.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's
oh,
a surfing movie.
Okay, it wasn't TNA pay-per-view. I thought there wasn't something.
oh yeah.
Okay,
There's and Road Wild. There's a lot to do about travel regarding a pay-per-view, one way
Yeah.
or the other. Oh.
Like Survivor Series is
No.
a Mad Max kind of travel thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
First match of the night, Enzo and Big Cass taking on Cesaro and Sheamus for the #1 contendership to the Raw Tag titles. I gotta say, I was wrong when I saw these the first couple of minutes. It's like, this is gonna be easy. Sheamus, Cesaro, boom, going back at the club. No, we get a
No.
sidewalk slam from Big Cass for the win. New #1 contenders.
Can
They're
we
chicken
can,
tenders.
can we
So
can we take a second to mention the amazing like just this crackerjack uppercut that Cesaro hits Enzo as Enzo is leaping for the hot
Yeah.
tag. It just cuts him off right in the face.
Yeah, what's that, the
Great.
corkscrew
a thing of beauty.
uppercut?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. I love it when he does that. I
love
mean, people love the swing.
Yeah, and I just love watching Cesaro just do magic. It's like-
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, people
Yes.
love watching the swing. I love those corkscrew
Oh, I-
uppercuts.
I hope you enjoyed watching him get pinned, because that's what happened.
Yeah.
No.
But at least
Yeah, that
Enzo.
was-
at
That was
least-
like okay, because so that means Enzo and Cass are the #1 contenders with Gallows and Anderson. So we saw a handicap match with them later. I just don't know what they're really doing
I don't know
with
either.
this right now.
When Enzo was decided to just run at the mouth, total heel move.
Yeah.
Just making fun of a team once they're down. Well,
Yeah.
Sheamus hits the bro kick. I don't know if you heard the Los Angeles crowd
yeah.
with the thank you Sheamus.
Yeah. Oh, I heard it.
I mean,
I
here's
was
the
chanting
thing.
it from my chair.
Here's the thing, it's like, what? I get it, Enzo and Cass, they're baby faces, obviously. But, like, some of Enzo's actions, like, dude, you just won the match.
you need to stop.
Yeah.
You need to check that.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing quite with Enzo because he does stuff like that. There was the whole creepy, like, being naked around Lana and that whole... That was kind of troublesome and problematic with me, with him being a babyface in that scenario. And now with this smack talking thing, I don't want to see Enzo cut a promo. I want to see him get his ass kicked now.
It's tonight was a very weird moment because most of the time, when's the last time you heard a "Thank You, Sheamus" chant?
I think it might have been the first.
It could have been.
2012?
Maybe. And that's a strong maybe.
As a bipartisan viewer, I'm watching this and I see them win the match and I'm a little surprised. I'm like, okay, club versus them, fine.
Okay, all right.
Then Enzo gets on the mic and he calls two fantastic wrestler and athletes chicken tenders and keeps sticking the knife in their ribs over and over. As a viewer, I'm like, someone kick him in the face, please. And it happened. And I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
But that's how I felt watching. I'm like, why is he doing this?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do with him as a character?
And
I
you
thought
have
it was a lead-in for the KFC chicken tenders commercial that they've been doing.
The mashed potato fat bowls, whatever they're called.
The golden tenders or whatever.
Promotion.
KFC is...
Enzo and Kaz have been doing those commercials. That's why I thought that was going to be a lead-in for that.
Oh, you mean the KFC Georgia Gold chicken? Georgia Gold barbecue chicken? I don't even know. It's like 9 different titles.
And speaking of golden, that golden voice you hear is Jimbo in the booth. What up, Jimbo?
Hey, Jimbo.
Hello.
Jimbo, what's your thought on this? I mean, I wanted to see Enzo get kicked in the mouth because the way he was doing. I don't understand. You get a "Thank You, Sheamus" chant. That means something went wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh,
weird.
poor Sheamus.
I think everyone really wanted them to go for the tag titles, but now that someone they already wanted to have the tag titles has them, that they're like, oh, we'd rather root for Gallows and Anderson than root for their Enzo and Cass.
It's very weird.
It's a weird matchup for me because it's Enzo and Cass, against Gallows and Anderson. I wanted to see a Sheamus Cesaro again.
I'm seeing the loudmouth I don't like fight against the team that I shouldn't like in a tag title match.
I mean, I love Gallows and Anderson.
I love them too, but I'm saying, in the world of pro wrestling, I'm supposed to boo them. And now I can't.
That's the weird thing about this, and I get it. It's become a gray area now more than ever. But this moment with Enzo, it didn't make any sense to me because people are, that are Enzo and Cass fans, they're rejoicing. Then he gets on the mic to poke the bear. It's like, dude, don't do that.
He's being too extra. Is that what people say these days?
He's being extra. You don't have to say too. Just he's being extra.
Yeah.
Maybe I
see what you're. Yeah.
This could maybe be leading to some kind of breakup down the road where Big Cass is like, why is he keeping me down? This is, I don't know.
Oh, like he's starting to step out a bit too much.
Maybe.
Right.
I'm not quite sure, but it was very, very strange.
Stepping out of line.
So backstage, Kevin Owens on his way out the door. Mick Foley stops and says, "Oh, whoa, where are you going?" He's like, "I'm leaving. I had a good time in the ring. I said what I said. I'm out." He's like, no. You have a match with Sami Zayn tonight. And Kevin Owens says, "Well, be careful what you wish for because you'll end up with more guys on the injured list than on the roster." Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I liked.
Jimbo.
There we go.
Got it.
God bless you, Jimbo.
I liked when he laughed and he's like, "No, I thought you liked Sammy."
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow, look at the ego on you, dude."
Yep. And
Someone's got his big boy
And
pants
perhaps
on.
he knows more than he lets on.
Great point by Tina Keys. It was an LA crowd. Anderson has roots there, and also, isn't that where they made their debut last year? And it was in LA.
I was there.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
It was the Monday after Mania? No.
Yeah.
No, it was
SummerSlam.
Something like that.
No, it was the night where Sasha Banks won the women's championship.
Which one?
I think.
In LA,
That last year,
I lost
I
count.
believe. But I remember when they interfered. No, it was when AJ Styles was on Raw still.
Yeah, I think it was.
that was a while ago.
It was AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn.
It was
last
after
summer.
a big pay-per-view, though. I thought.
And they came out throughout the crowd. And I was
SummerSlam. No.
No, SummerSlam's on LA anymore.
No, it was not.
I don't
No,
know.
otherwise we would have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know when it happened.
It's spring, summerish.
It happened somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, AJ0314 says it was 2 weeks after Mania.
Oh,
No possibility.
There
that
you
works
go.
for me.
Then
Sounds about right.
that makes sense.
Could be.
Good call, chat.
Mick Foley, Roman Reigns. Also backstage, Gallows and Anderson, the aforementioned, they approach, and they have unfinished business, according to Roman Reigns. Mick says, hey, you want a tag partner? He's like, nah, dog. I'll just make myself look really awesome in front of these two guys by myself.
Meet the new show, same as the old show.
There you go.
I wish that they hadn't done this.
Me too.
I wish that they would let him play well with others.
Yep.
Like, let's get some sort of dynamic going on with a different wrestler.
Nah, dog,
I
that'd
mean,
make me likable.
Yeah, but then it's like also, besides already seeing this,
Right.
Besides that, I don't want Gallows and Anderson to look weaker.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I think we're all thinking
Okay?
the same
They're-
damn thing.
They're
Yeah.
the tag team champs,
Yeah.
and now you have Enzo and Cass, with Enzo being just like a little squirrel on crack, you know, like running around
Yeah.
and doing that thing.
Around
and
the big tree called Cass, yes.
Exactly. And not in the cute squirrel girl way. It's just not happening.
No.
Yeah.
So
More of a screwy
and now they're
squirrel.
like weakening Gallows and Anderson. I just don't. I don't
didn't
want it to
get
happen.
Am I being? Yeah, I'm with you.
No.
You guys are.
No,
'cause
I agree.
These are your tag team champions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna have Roman go against him 1-on-2? You know he's gonna Superman punch him. You know he's gonna
Exactly.
spear him.
Right.
Exactly.
Why?
It's like the same.
Why have him go against the champs when he can go against someone, for lack of a better term,
Because you know what they're
disposable?
doing? They're putting Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. They're giving that priority, a non-title match, over the tag team titles. And people wonder, well, why are the Raw titles kind of weak?
Yeah.
Well, there are so many members on the roster. They could have picked so many other people. They didn't have to pair those two together. We could have seen Gallows and Anderson beat up another tag team
Yeah.
in order to set up the title match, and we could have seen Roman
The
beat up.
Shining Stars.
Yeah, see?
There we go.
The Shining Stars is just it's one example. And we could have seen Roman go against a local competitor or something.
Yeah.
At the worst.
Or don't even have them on TV.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the
that's not
best.
an option.
That-
That's not an
sadly, that's not an
There's
option.
plenty of wrestling talent in Southern California who could have
Yeah.
went
Oh, yes.
up against
Yep.
Roman 1-on-2.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
We could have thrown Johnny in there.
That
Would have worked.
With his fun dad
We
t-shirt.
we would have given you a mic.
Don't.
Been like you and your fun dadness.
Oh, don't do that.
And then bronze.
I would
music
pay
would come.
money.
Oh,
It'd be great.
I need it for my medical bills.
Oh. Yeah.
Go fund me.
Nah.
Brian Kendrick storms down to the ring for some cruiserweight action. Doesn't even let the match begin. Akira Tozawa hits the ring. He goes to shake his hand. Akira doesn't want to do it. Kendrick attacks before the bell even rings. Captain's hook destroys him, leaves Tozawa in the ring. Brian Kendrick bounces. Loved it. And then backstage, Charlie's like, hey, dude, what happened? He's like, I've been in this business for years. I signed my first contract 17 years ago. Respect me. I offer to be your mentor, and you say no. Well, guess what? I'm a captain's hook you. You're done. Loved it. I've been saying this for a while. 205 Live has fantastic personalities and really good stuff happening. People need to get on board.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this antagonism between the two of them, and how the Brian Kendrick was like, shake my hand.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, just shake his hand. Just do
Just
it.
do it, man. He has a nasty snarl and
It'll be
everything.
okay. Just do it. Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 205 Live definitely turned a corner, starting with that 5-way elimination match, and then from here on out, it's turning more and more like the way the CWC used to look. Everyone's establishing a character, and the feuds are being more invested and more. I don't know. They're getting a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
It's super good, as we're going to see later on in the show with another cruiserweight.
Indeed we will. Let's go to that
Segment.
match, though. Roman Reigns versus Gallows and Anderson. You know, Club was on top for a bit, but then they introduce a chair. Roman gets himself DQ'd. Superman punched the Gallows and a huge spear off the rope from Anderson. Roman Reigns stands tall and the tag team champs. They are not standing.
Nope.
That's that. No.
No, Jimbo.
No.
Jimbo.
Trying to force it.
I know you're trying to make us happy.
No. I know.
it's
you-
not-
That was very cute, Jimbo.
I love the Jimmy. You try to bring the room up, but
Yeah.
it's not possible.
But do you know who does bring the room up though? The New Day.
Yeah.
Are we just not going to talk about
No,
it?
we already did. There's
just
nothing to
did.
say.
That's true. We did already talk
I mean,
about it.
yeah.
They're really...
But yeah, TMZ Live. with old Harvey drinking that liquid that he drinks out of that plastic cup. New Day announces that
The Harvey milk. Yes.
Yeah, whatever it is, I don't know.
Harvey's milk?
I'm assuming it's gin. New Day announces that they are hosting WrestleMania, baby! And I think this is fantastic. They don't really have a feud right now. They're already the longest reigning champs of all time. Let them host WrestleMania. And they also plugged a bunch of stuff. They want to be in the new Lion King.
No, they are. Didn't they say that they... Wait.
Oh, they're pulling for it.
They're pulling for it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're putting it out there.
Because when they said that, I was like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
They want to be the hyenas.
Yeah.
Trust me, they put it out in Raw. It's word's going to get to the important people. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Go ahead.
Up, down, down, near 1 million subscribers.
Which is insane.
And of course, the New Day ice cream.
Which has some plans, and guess what? Lana's a Russian hacker.
Yeah, that was the best.
Yes. Right.
So saw that coming.
Yeah, because the plans were digital, right?
Yeah.
So they were supposed to be encrypted and safe, but then here comes Lana speaking Russian.
No!
Big E saying, you know, she Russian, right, was the best.
Yeah.
Yes, the crowd exploded.
It was classic. As if people couldn't figure it out, Big E, he let you know. The joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say Big E's the funniest out of the three. I love them all, but
No doubt.
And
Yeah.
I just loved how Cobra she looked today.
Yeah.
Where it's like in her red outfit and carrying her her PDA.
Yeah.
Like, oh my lord. It's like she's gonna pull a gun out of somewhere and get somebody.
yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. I don't remember the entire recipe. I just remember unicorn and booty juice.
Flux capacitor.
3 unicorn hairs,
Oh.
1 flux capacitor.
1 flux capacitor,
2 drops of
2 drops of booty juice, and a pinch of owl, I believe.
I believe there was something like that.
Something
There's
like
something
that.
involving an owl.
It sounds like some
involving owls.
toil and trouble stuff. I don't know about ice cream. I love ice cream.
Well, the unicorn hairs will sweeten it.
Indeed.
But New Day takes on Rusev and Jinder Mahal. Hey, midnight hour for the win. What else are you gonna say?
Lots of belly-to-belly slams.
Lots
So
of
many.
Yeah.
And of course, in the midst of everything, Xavier uses the wonderful Francesca 2 to startle Lana,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
causing her to toss her iPad high into the air for Xavier to catch and destroy utterly. So they keep so the plans, the blueprints for the ice cream remain in safe hands.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It was a smooth move. I love seeing them. They're fun, and yeah, them hosting WrestleMania. What a smart move.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't put them in the food, at least put food. If you can't.
Can't put them in.
Sorry,
Are you
the ice.
thinking about
It's
the
the
ice
ice.
cream.
Yeah, it's
You're
the ice
thinking
cream
about
talk. It's the ice cream talk.
Right.
But no, if you can't put them in a feud, you have to put them on the show somehow.
Oh yeah.
And that's the best way. Now I'm thinking like costume changes, like they're hosting the Emmys.
You know they would do
Right.
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Probably
of
like
course.
if you remember, like way back when Sarah Jessica Parker, when she hosted, I don't know, one of the award shows, like maybe it was Oscars or maybe it was one of the MTV ones.
Sure.
And she did like a costume change, like 27 of them.
I just want,
Really?
Yeah, I
just
saw it on YouTube.
just have them show up, do like a little mini roasty monologue, just like the Emmys. Do a couple matches and have them interject, come in with like a little bit or an interview. Bring out the New Day dancers, all kinds of craziness.
Why not?
They're
Yeah.
all male dancers in
Oh,
my
of
head.
course, yeah.
Bring out Shelton
Yeah.
Benjamin's grandmas. All
Yeah.
of them.
Flamethrower, you know, a giant sign that says New Day that they're gonna light on fire.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
All
A
of the
t-shirt
dancers.
cannon.
Oh,
Yes, all of the dancers are dressed as Mahjong Boo, or they're unicorns.
Oh, I see them, instead of releasing a flock of doves, a flock of owls just fly into the
Yes.
Oh, I
sky.
would love it.
And then Tootsie Pops for everybody.
Who's Mahjong Boo?
It's from Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
They like a lot of Dragon Ball Z
I
stuff.
get it.
On the next episode of Dragon
Before we move
Ball
on,
Z.
we have to say that the
I'm
New
with you,
Day.
Fun Dad.
Yeah, you know it. We have to say that Rusev and Jinder Mahal taking on New Day was a tag team match.
And now we're dancing to nothing. There we are.
Yep. Get it. Dig it. And we're going to move right from that while we're talking about Rusev. Jimbo in the booth.
Ooh,
We're going to move on to
Rusev.
a Rusev tweet.
Ooh.
Sad news from the Rusevs. I wanted to enter the NBA Celebrity All-Star game, but NBA passed. Sorry to disappoint all my fans. Hashtag NBA All-Star. He was really pushing it, and he was pissed.
Yeah, he's got pictures.
He's very, very pissed.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to do another one while we're at it. Let's see. Oh, by the way, he now changed his name to Rusev on the Roof. Because he loves Fiddler on the Roof. And he says, don't be a robot, NBA are communist. That's...
He's really not liking the NBA right now.
If I were a Rusev.
They should just let him
And
Crush.
I know he had a President's Day.
I'm not
tweet.
saying who he...
Oh,
No.
yeah. You can look at that
No.
one on his Twitter.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for Rusev this week. But a solid one,
Yeah.
as always. All right, video tribute to George the Animal Steele. Whoa, this
So sweet.
brought out the feels for... I mean, he was a favorite when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh.
Aw.
What a great guy.
Yeah. And that's what everyone said. He's like, oh, he's the sweetest man, and then showing him with a drooly face and munching on turnbuckles.
What's crazy is I remember, I think he was like a professor as well.
He was
like
a teacher, I believe.
Yeah, he was a very, very educated man and just played this such a unique character at the time. And I remember when mine came out, I wanted one so bad.
I did too.
Never got one.
No, me either.
Oh, nostalgia.
Yeah. And his promos, I mean, generally he didn't say much, but eventually he started talking a little bit. I remember, like, he had a feud with George the Animal, and I'm sorry, he had a feud with Greg the Hammer Valentine. And I remember he was backstage, they did a quick interview with him, and they asked him, like, what are your thoughts on you and Greg the Hammer Valentine? And he's holding mine, and he looked in the camera and he goes, Valentine, pretty boy, be ugly. And that was the whole promo. And as a kid, I was like, you said it, George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, only George the Animal Steele would think that Greg Valentine was a pretty boy.
That was kind of his thing, in a way.
Greg the Hammer Valentine?
Well, kind of.
The man looked like a cigar
compared
store
to George
Indian.
Steele. Yeah, he was. Compared to George Steele.
Well, with all due respect to Mr. Steele, yeah. But George Steele was more cute.
He was the best.
Cute.
And, you know, he had a long life. I mean, I think he made it was almost 80, maybe 79. And
He had a good run.
what a great run. And, wow, so many memories as a kid. And it just goes to show you that characters and moments are what we remember. And
Oh, yeah.
he had
Big
a lot
time.
of them.
Rest well, George.
Absolutely. Cruiserweight contract signing, Austin Aries in the ring. Jack Gallagher and Neville. Jack signs quickly. Neville hits the ring, signs, about to leave. But Jack has tea and biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's a gentleman.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I adore
love-
Jack.
A proper
so do
gentleman.
I. And you know
Yeah.
what? I hope they make a T-shirt. It's
Of
a
Gentleman Jack.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Or like an up and-
I want a
like an
tea kettle
umbrella.
set.
Or like
That's
a
what I want.
umbrella.
I want him to have biscuits, like with his little face and an umbrella on it.
Yeah.
I would take
Biscuits.
biscuits that are shaped like his mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, mustache biscuits.
Indeed.
Those
What
are actually fun.
As if I can't be a bigger fan of Neville.
Yeah.
What he
right.
says next.
It's,
Forgot about him.
oh, it's so good. This
may-
was so good.
It may have been the best Neville we've seen. Just saying.
Because he said the truth.
Kinda.
In a way, it was his. Both of them said their version of the truth.
Right. And it worked.
Not that I'm this alternate truth person by any stretch of the imagination, but Neville called out all the criticisms of the Jack Gallagher character that the fans have made. It's like, oh, he's this over the top British stereotype, like a cartoon, or what Americans tend to stereotype, the Brits to be. Whereas a lot of British guys are just like Neville, just these ornery, like, you've seen the WWE UK tournament. A lot of those guys are hairy and gruff and, just, I'm trying to censor
Neville
myself,
essentially-
crap kickers.
Neville essentially said ugly. He's
Yeah.
like, this is the real UK. He basically called Jack Gallagher a fraud. He's
Yep.
like, you are just a puppet to the American people. And it was all just riveting stuff. Once again, another reason to get invested in 205 Live.
Yeah.
Indeed. And Gallagher's response was the best as well.
Yeah.
Because he just said, I'm not playing a gentleman, I am a gentleman. And if you've seen Jack Gallagher in the indies and so on, you know that if it's just a gimmick, if it's just a facade, he is playing it off very well and very real off camera.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
I don't know, and it makes me invested in both of them as humans, because there's a touch of reality within both of their arguments, and it makes me want to see them fight.
It's fantastic.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy with Gentleman Jack's character. It really does seem like a real person. Just turned the volume up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
So
you
it
know
took him from a
Well, he
6 to an 11.
Yeah, I mean, he has an extra sense of whimsy, but I thoroughly believe that, he does dress that well. He does, have that hairstyle. He loves that mustache and will take care of
Yeah,
it.
it's not like he's the vaudevillains
No.
or anything like that. It's not like that. It's just
Yeah.
fun.
And
Yeah.
what I like about Jack is that he kind of reminds me of like you said, he was raised different than what Neville was raised. And the reason why I like Jack is because he kind of reminds me of like a character from Assassin's Creed, like just an old school type of character. Even
Like,
though
definitely
it's
one
modern
of
day.
your comrades.
Yeah, but like,
he's scrambling on the rooftops with you.
But
Yeah, why not?
but I love Jack's point of like, listen, you say I'm not a gentleman, but I thoroughly am. But you claim to be a king, and I know you're not.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes him delusional. So then that's where that is.
Jack Gallagher's the kind of guy you see riding the large unicycle, but if you make fun of him, he'll jump off and promptly punch you in the face.
Oh yeah, he'll hit you with a triangle weight.
He first be like, well, we're going to duel. This is happening.
Indeed.
And then fisticuffs.
There will be a formal challenge prior to the beatdown.
I just love it. I mean, everyone
Afterwards,
in
tea and biscuits.
the people in 205 Live, they're just stepping it up. They realize, all right, I'm going to take it to a 10, like you said. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And Neville and Gallagher, how could you not be invested? Now, I'm just waiting for the day for Austin Aries to get involved in something. I mean, it's got to happen before WrestleMania.
Oh, it'll happen the day after Fastlane, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Something
We'll
close
see.
to that.
Maybe at Fastlane. I don't know. But it's got to happen soon enough, and it's only going to take 205 to a different level. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I like how the chat room's like going on with this. Like Monsieur Melancholy says Tyler Bate, Jake Gallagher, and the Vaudevillains. Now that'd be a crew. And then Antoine Wilson goes, their tag team name, the Royal Gents.
Ooh.
I like it.
I love
Dig
it.
it.
Very fun.
But what was great is at the very end, he kind of mocked the cartooniness. Neville mocked the cartooniness, like, what, are you going to challenge me for a duel? And then Gallagher just did a double leg takedown and just throw bones.
Yeah, he went in.
I know.
I'm telling you.
Listen, I like to have my fun. I like to play up my gentleman thing, but I am also a shit kicker.
It's going to be great. It's going to be so fun to watch. Next up, Nia Jax destroys, I don't know what name they gave her, but it's actually Heather Monroe. She's wrestled for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, a really cool chick, and it was a bummer to see her get destroyed by Nia Jax, but at the same time, it was cool to see her get destroyed by Nia Jax. So congrats, Heather, for being on Monday Night Raw. Good stuff.
Sweet.
And,
hey, you took it like a champ.
Good squashing.
Hey, you did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Nia says, I would have taken Sasha's crutch and shoved it down both their throats last week. I'm putting the champ on notice. There you go. Moving into Bayley. Bayley hits the ring with the title. She's a California native, and all she ever wanted to be was a WWE superstar. And, you know, she's been in the game for quite some time. She did 1 or 2 tapings with Championship Wrestling back in the day. We used to run out of on La Brea at the Showcase Theater. And she was Davina Rose at the time. She was really young, and she was super nice. And she came in, and all of a sudden, skyrocketed from there. And she basically said, you know, all the emotional stuff we've seen from Bayley before. You know, her dad was taking her to every event, and he's here tonight, so thank you, Dad, we did it. Well, Stephanie McMahon hits the ring and says, you know, your title's kind of tainted. Wasn't your dad silent on the phone for a moment when you called him and said that you won the title? And did you do it, or did Sasha do it for you? Will you do the right thing and relinquish the title right now? Will you win for the right reasons?
Ooh, it's crafty. So crafty.
yeah,
this
very
is
good
a
acting.
whole different way to get a McMahon slap in your face.
I know.
I like this a lot. I liked it a lot. The follow through, you know, I can see the argument either way. But, well, please continue.
Well, she basically just says, yeah, I think you should give up the title. And Sasha says, whoa! Sasha hits
It's
the
like,
ring.
wait.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
No, don't listen to this garbage. Listen to all these people here. They cheer her on. Stephanie says, are you out of for Bayley, or just because you can't beat Charlotte? And Bayley says, you know, Steph is right. Maybe I should give up the title. Oh, hell no, I'm not giving up the title. I've earned it, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Charlotte comes down to the ring and says, I don't want you to give it back, because I'm going to take it back at Fastlane and stay undefeated in pay-per-views. Sasha says, shut up, my knee's 100%. How about we fight tonight? Charlotte says, you won't need a crutch. I'll put you in a wheelchair. Steph said, match is on right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, I liked the beginning and I liked the end.
Yes.
The middle part was very sweet and very heartfelt, and interesting. But the beginning and the end. Yeah. Stephanie had me.
Stephanie had me too, and I kind of wish Bayley gave it up, only to finally win it for quote unquote for real at WrestleMania, because that would have been an ultimate.
Well, did we talk about this last week? We said maybe she should.
Yeah, we
maybe, and also I think Stephanie is right in saying that you just want Bayley to have it because she's easier to fight than Charlotte.
Bam.
I'm guessing that, but that's me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Because also,
Didn't mean to turn this into speculation corner.
Right. Well, Bayley's had a lot of friends turn on her. I mean, that's just one of those things. And I could definitely see Sasha being like, "Oh, I'm 100% now. Oh, we're buddies, we're friends. Give me that belt."
Yeah.
That would be fun. That would be interesting. And yes, Bayley would have another friend turn against her, but it works.
At least it's not as much as Becky Lynch.
Oh,
historically speaking.
Yeah.
True.
So,
or when Natty went after Becky. Yeah.
Everyone has.
Back when.
Everybody has at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bayley's on commentary during the match. Things get a little bit crazy. Dana Brooke runs down. Bayley gets her from behind, and Dana takes a full face plant, which was amazing to see.
Oh yeah,
Oh
a
my
sickening
God.
thud.
Just.
It's like she never saw it coming. She's just like, oh yeah, I'm coming down the ramp. I'm blurp.
It was straight out of a Mel Brooks movie, The Fall. It was just like, bam. And then the bank statement for the win. So Sasha gets a win over Charlotte. You got to believe this is going to lead to some kind of jumbling with the title, maybe three-way, maybe Nia gets involved. Who knows? But Fastlane, one-on-one, right now at least.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yeah. Next up, Diamond Dallas Page, baby. Going to the Hall of Fame. Apparently he's known about it for like 4 months.
Yeah.
But
Imagine having to keep that a secret.
You know what, though? He's such a busy dude. He probably forgot about it.
Too busy stretching and eating gluten-free and trying to make sure that... And investing in other people's lives.
Yeah. You talk about a guy who
Nice.
not only was an amazing performer, didn't start wrestling until his mid-30s, which is completely insane.
35. He started training. Wow. Yeah.
And yoga essentially saved his back. We've had him on Wrestling and Padres twice now. Most recently, a few months ago. Go back and listen to it, because the guy is just non-stop energy. He's an open book of positivity. Like, some people are open books in that they'll just talk a lot of shit. He will talk about amazing things. He talks about Jake's story. He talks about Scott Hall's story. He talks about his story. And if you can't be motivated after talking to DDP or listening to him, then I ain't got nothing for you. I mean, the guy's incredible.
Yeah. And it's a well-deserved Hall of Fame induction, if not due to his, wrestling career, but due to the fact that what he has done for wrestlers, especially guys like Jake and Scott Hall, but his yoga has, Chris Jericho has said it saved his career. AJ Styles has said it's saved his career. And you see, and Johnny, that there are a bunch of people on the independents that have been doing DDP yoga in order to extend their careers in the long term, including the young guys.
That's the thing, is I don't know anything about yoga. I've done it a few times, but I have done physical therapy. I've lost count of how many wrestlers I've helped with physical therapy, and it's amazing what he has done on such a global scale. I mean, he's a celebrity, and so he's been able to build that. And you look at stories like the former paratrooper from our military, you look at Jake, you look at Scott, and that's why DDP's always going to be one of my favorite human beings, because I've seen I've seen how I can fix injuries. I mean, just our last taping at Championship Wrestling, I'm not going to say who, but we had a guy who had a really important match, and it was like a 20-minute match. He hurt himself the night before, came in limping, and I worked on him for 20 minutes, and I taped him up, and he was able to go out there, and you couldn't tell there was something wrong. And it just feels good to be able to do that. And so what DDP has done, he's done that to a whole new level. He's affecting people that he doesn't even know, and that's the kind of effect we would all like to have on people.
Agreed.
And so Hall of Famer times 50.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trust me, his speech is going to be...
Kudos to you, Diamond Dallas Page.
Just wait. It's going to be incredible.
Well deserved.
Absolutely. So backstage, Charlie with Sami Zayn, and she said, don't you want to say I told you so about Kevin and Chris? And he said, look, 5 months ago I said it would happen. But last week Samoa Joe attacked me because of Triple H. Time catches up with everyone. It'll catch up to both of them. I love Sami here. It was fantastic.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was a great little segment with him and Charlie, and yeah, I like him on the mic because it's heartfelt, it's genuine. He's the underdog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
But so much the underdog, I want to see him be U.S. champ. I want to see that.
He's due to have a belt around his waist soon.
Nothing against Jericho, and please, that man's in it for the long haul. He's cool with anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to see Zayn with that belt.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it could happen at some point, but not tonight.
No, sadly not.
No. Because we had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Oh, no, we don't, because Samoa Joe attacks him into the ring post thrice times.
How does he hide in the blind spot so well?
Yeah,
He's huge.
Joe's a big man. It's a great hit.
They
I don't
never
know.
see him coming.
It's crazy.
Maybe he dresses up like a barricade and just
He could.
boxes out. I don't know.
Could. Or he dresses up like the ring post.
Yeah.
No one sees him.
It's incredible. The match
What's
actually
this
happens.
bulbous ring post doing here?
And then he tosses him in the ring, and the match actually happens. It doesn't last long. Kevin Owens with the powerbomb for the win. Damn.
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite and terrifying thing was Joe just screaming into Sami Zayn's face, "This is your world now.
Oh yeah.
This is your world now." That's just a bully telling a kid at school, "You are going to be beaten every day at 2 p.m. before chem class."
And I'm taking
That's
your
what
lunch
that is.
money.
And I'm taking your lunch money.
Yeah.
I am taking
Sneakers.
I am taking your sneakers.
And I'm taking your mom.
And you better bring your books, because if you don't bring your books for me to slap down against the ground, I'm going to slap down something more precious.
Yeah.
And I liked Kevin's look, like in the ring, just staring down at, Samoa Joe beating the crap out of Sami. Like
Cold indifference.
Yeah.
It's almost like
just like
It's like, this is my due.
it's like
This,
ha ha. And
yes,
like,
this is what
you got
happens now in my world.
Yeah.
It's
Welcome.
almost-
Welcome to it.
It's almost like Kevin knew it was coming.
Yep, exactly.
Because she had to talk with Triple H. She knows how to play the game.
And someone else is friendly with, Triple H.
Yeah.
Mr. Joe.
So, with that said, unfortunately, we had another legend
But that's
pass
none
away
of my
this past
business.
week. Rest in peace, Ivan Koloff. You talk about scary
Yeah.
competitors in his day. Of all days, actually.
A fierce looking man.
Indeed.
Yeah. Him and George Steele, two of the strongest, scariest dudes, except George Steele, his personality was the polar opposite of Ivan Koloff.
He was a
in the ring.
playful gorilla man.
For the most part.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. So rest in peace to him as well. Stephen McFoley backstage. Love this interaction.
Yeah.
It's funny because Mick mentioned last week on, I think it was Lillian Garcia's show here on AfterBuzz. He said, look, people don't want to see people getting along. He's like, eventually I'm going to piss her off and she's going to fire me. And then I'm going to have hip surgery. So,
That's exactly what he said.
yeah.
Pretty much.
So,
Yeah.
that's kind of what they started to argue a little bit. She's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
obviously your time off last week didn't offer any perspective. And he's like, look, I asked you not to treat me like I'm stupid. Now I'm telling you, don't treat me like I'm stupid. We started to get some old Cactus Jack, some old Mankind voice in there.
Yeah, it's like he knows his worth.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
He's like, I'm not going to be belittled by you or your husband. I will not let your greed get in the way of what is right. And this was solid procedural acting right here by Stephanie. She goes, be careful. There's a cord on the floor. Wouldn't want you to have an accident.
Jimbo, cue the bump, bump, Thank you.
We held that!
There it is. That's how long she held that stare. She mad dogged him.
It was a little too. I liked it on TV, but even on TV, I thought, okay, you're holding it a little too long.
Not as good as us.
Not as good as you did.
We held that.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about his commissionary shirt.
Yes, he was wearing a shirt that said commission on it. Well, he had a very stylish jacket
Indeed.
on top of it, so you only saw Ishiner or
Yeah.
Ishin.
He was trying to hide it, but we knew what he was saying.
The commissioner.
Right.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed Mick, throwing his value around because he's very valuable.
I did, but I'm
you know?
afraid of what's going to happen to Papa Foley.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I mean, he's gonna need a little bit of time out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean,
He'll be
on
okay.
camera, what they're going to do.
Oh, on camera.
Yeah.
maybe something
Okay.
in the ring that has to involve his.
I don't know. I have a feeling.
I don't want to see him hurt for realsies.
Yeah,
No, I know, but I mean,
Maybe he quits for a couple of weeks.
I would rather him
that's
do
true.
that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, and then Ty would love that. He'd be like, I've had enough.
That's enough.
Speaking of which, Ty Matthews will be back
Pulls his
next
mask
week.
out. Yes. Ty will be back from Europe next week.
He will finally be back. I'm sure he's having an amazing time.
Yes. Hopefully he doesn't bring a cadre of ghosts with him because he loves to go to haunted things. And there's a lot of ghosts in Europe.
But here's the thing. He likes haunts. He doesn't like actual... Like, him and I are opposites. Haunts, no. I'm jumpy. I'm freaking out. Then again, I'm free entertainment when you take me. Love the paranormal. Ty's the opposite. Loves haunts. Not a big actual paranormal fan. So hopefully he does bring ghosts back, and I get to hang out with them.
Or spirits.
That too.
I don't know. What's the difference between spirits and ghosts?
It's really easy.
I think it's intention.
I can tell you more after.
It's intention.
Spirits don't have unfinished business.
Wait.
Well,
I thought
Okay,
ghosts
here's a
exist
crazy
because-
random story since we're talking about stuff like this.
Thank you.
Okay.
I once went to a wedding that someone had in Maryland, I believe it was. We're like, oh, this place is really pretty and kind of huge. What was it? And they're like, oh, this used to be a plantation.
Oh, no.
I got so sick when I came home that someone in my family is like, you brought something back with you.
Yeah.
For sure.
It wouldn't surprise
So
me.
ever
is a
since
thing.
then, yeah, that shit is no joke to me. And when Ty tells me he goes to places like this, I'm
Right?
like, man, you need to have a cross and
He
some
needs to
salt.
scrub
Here's the
himself
thing,
like all the
But
time.
Ty goes to, like, made-up haunts that are in, like...
No, he goes
No,
to
he goes to-
both, man.
he goes to both.
Like he's
Really?
in Europe going
Yeah.
to like crazy asylums and haunted places, like
He's gonna walk
castles
in the door and there's
weird
gonna be
shit
something
that.
like on his shoulders, and only like 1 out of 5 people will be able to see it.
I didn't know
well,
that.
you could
Yes,
actually just buy
yes.
sage and just sage.
I know, he
sage
Yes,
it.
we need to
needs to
sage
all the
the crap
time.
out of Ty when he gets here.
Could we sage him next week and put, like, garlic around his neck in case he's a vampire, too?
I think we definitely
Guys,
should
we
do
go
that.
on eBay, we buy one of those toy proton packs, and we'll all
Yeah.
be fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Everyone make your Ty Matthews voodoo dolls for next week. We're covering all bases here.
Wait, we're going to kill Ty?
No, not
doesn't
necessarily. Just
kill.
poke him in the knee.
Just to hobble him while we run away.
I'm okay with it.
If he's been like possessed.
Yeah.
John
still-
Cena music.
First off, what kind of couple has a damn wedding? Why would you have a
'Cause we're so
wedding
off
on an
topic.
explantation? There's
Which
so
is-
many better places.
So I'm not even gonna speak on that.
yeah, don't even say their names.
Just play John Cena's
Yeah.
music or Roman Reigns music, and
No,
spirits
not
will go-
Romans.
will go away.
God.
Play
But they'll
some
go
Braun
on.
Oh, that's right.
Strowman.
White people drive me nuts. Anyways. Just
Preach.
come on. Have some decor. Anyways, Michael Cole has an interview with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman.
Oh, this was great.
This was
Yeah,
another
this was really good.
a lot of good sit-down moments tonight.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
A lot of talking, but at least it was good talking.
Yeah.
Oh, so much good
Yeah,
talking.
there was a lot of good talk.
So Paul Heyman says, I love how Michael Cole starts off the interview. He's like, you know what? Brock's on a little edge. A little edgy right now. So.
Just a bit edgy.
And I love the word behoove. It'd behoove you if you'd lower your voice and adjust your tone.
He tone policed him right off the bat.
And then Lesnar just scooted him, grabbed the chair, sat in front of the mic. And Paul Heyman basically says Brock Lesnar disagrees with everything. Kevin Owens is not the most violent superstar. And if Goldberg hits a spear and a jackhammer, then Goldberg goes to Mania as champ. And that's just one more thing along with Goldberg's health, his reputation, his legacy, and career that the Beast will conquer at WrestleMania. And on that, my client, Brock Lesnar, agrees.
That was so good. And
It was
then
good.
Brock does
The
his
entire
goofy.
time, Lesnar was like staring into the camera with like these ice cold cornflower blue eyes.
Yeah, until the very end where he made his goofy chip-tooth grin, which is even more terrifying than him giving you a death stare.
Where it's
Yeah.
like, don't smile at me, no. I
That's a
like
good
that.
Sensodyne commercial, actually.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could have done a forced perspective or something with it, with that, that push zoom.
Yeah.
Something like
I
that.
don't know. I had a little
Arm.
problem with this segment. I
Yeah?
wish, okay, so obviously you see Paul Heyman's in the back, but Brock Lesnar was going like this. And then he was going like that. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, just stay here so we can see Paul Heyman talking.
Are
Right.
you
Is
going
that
to
what it
direct
was?
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
but I'm just saying.
Listen to her. 'Cause
If-
it's like,
It would be like a
She's
little bit
cute.
more. Hey, Paul Heyman's right here.
Yeah,
You're like,
Brock
the
Lesnar hunts
staging was
rabbits.
a little off. I even wanted
Yeah.
Heyman to, while he was talking, become closer and closer until he was just over the shoulder, and then they're both in the camera at us, and then Lesnar smiles. You're like, no, click.
You wanted Paul Heyman to be the equivalent of the ghost that'll be on Ty's shoulder.
He's coming back.
That one of only 5 people could see on screen.
I really hope that Brock Lesnar's smile becomes a GIF. Just
Yeah.
like it's opening to a sitcom right there.
Oh, it will.
That's gonna be good stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, this Fastlane main event is so hard to figure out.
Yeah, with where they're going with it.
Which is good.
They're
The
good.
tag
Yeah.
team alone, though, is just, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. It's not like I'm not gonna.
What I love about
Yeah.
this promo is Heyman said, I think that Kevin Owens has stepped up and has proven dominance, but my client disagrees. So it kind of shows that he's showing respect to Owens, even though his client does not.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives Owens more legitimacy as opposed to just being like, nah, he's just a guy.
Well, what's great about this is, at first when they made this main event, I'm like, okay, this is just a forced thing for Fastlane. But no, you look at it this way. It's like Kevin Owens has a probably direct path to WrestleMania. We already know Goldberg's opponent at WrestleMania, but there's a title in the middle of it. So what the hell is happening?
Yeah, they did an amazing job tonight to keep us guessing.
Yeah.
Because last week we kind of figured it was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
Or with WWE, they probably don't even know what they're trying to do. Because they're always last minute people.
Oh.
So they're probably like, oh, well, let's give them this, but we really don't know what's going,
Yep.
As they say, plans could change.
They could change. The card is always subject to change.
Indeed.
Main event, Braun Strowman taking on The Big Show.
Oh my God, this was so
Big
good.
Show.
I loved it. I mean, the athleticism early on.
This shouldn't be good. It shouldn't.
Yeah, it should have been two mountains just hitting each other, and then bathroom break. But it wasn't.
The kip up, the roll. Oh, hey now. Luckily, my earbuds are not working right now, so couldn't hear it.
Oh my God.
Just the rolling through and the kip up by Strowman off the top.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Because Big Show had him in a wrist lock.
Had him in the wrist lock.
Yeah.
They did the exact sequence.
He did that. How much does he weigh?
Yeah, they did.
400?
Yeah.
Like
He weighs more now.
350, 360. Well, Big Show is like probably
383.
383. Yeah,
Because he's like kind of like lost the weight a little bit.
But
so he got down.
Strowman's a big dude too.
Yeah.
Roughly around the same
I
same
can't do
weight
that.
size.
I should be able to
No.
do that. If he can do that, I should be able to do that.
Exactly. They did a sequence that I've seen in like 1 out of every 3 cruiserweight matches on the indie scene and on WWE and WCW TV throughout my life, and they're both 6'8" and above.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. This went against physics.
It was like, should I wear glasses? Are those luchas?
Yes.
No, those are luchas.
Did they zoom in too much?
It did 205 Live start a day early.
Yeah.
There's no purple? Wait,
No.
where's the purple?
No. Strowman did like DDTs.
And for an LA crowd, which is one of the
Yeah.
more cynical audiences that's flying across, for
They're
them to say
jaded
this is
and
awesome,
spoiled.
They can be, yeah.
They even had to have respect for these two guys in the ring. First off, Big Show is over 40 years young. Okay,
Yeah.
Braun Strowman, I think, is like 33. Still, these guys to have this kind of chemistry in the ring, and yes, Strowman wins with a couple of running power slams, sure, but
But it's earned.
it was.
Yeah.
But like the fact that they got in the ring, they main evented, and it was fantastic to watch. I mean, kudos.
This was the best giant versus giant match I've seen probably ever, if not just years.
It's been a good long while.
When was the last giant versus giant?
Didn't Mark Henry go
the
up
last
against...
good one?
Oh,
I
the
don't
last
know.
good one.
I don't even remember.
Jimbo?
I think like last week Mark Henry went against Braun Strowman or the week
got-
before, but it was just like kind of... It's like a,
but I'm talking like a fight.
fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like a
Taker and
real
Giant
fight.
Gonzalez were a thing, but Giant Gonzalez
Taker versus Kane,
Kane,
maybe?
yeah.
The first one at WrestleMania? I
yeah,
don't know.
they're even so much smaller than these two.
Not by much, but
I mean,
yeah,
at the
I mean,
time.
it's true. But,
I mean,
and
I think Rowan went up against... Who did he go
Taker
up
against Big Show and Albert.
no, I said good giant versus giant match,
Maybe.
friend.
Maybe.
I don't know, but the point is, Strowman, man, he can go. I
Yeah.
never saw. We've seen a side we never saw him before.
Delightfully
kicked
surprised.
out of a chokeslam, kicked out of a KO punch.
Yep.
He's made to look like the biggest monster of all time, and then Roman Reigns shows up.
Right. But here's the thing. You want to see... I mean, Braun Strowman is growing leaps and bounds in front of our very eyes. Like,
Yeah.
Not just on the mic, but in the ring.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
he's leveling
guy-
up big time.
yeah, this guy isn't just another insert big man here to scare people and never win. I think Strowman has a legitimate chance to really do some things.
Well, he clearly showed that tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, previously it's been mostly just big man squash grr, but now it's big man squash grr kip.
And kudos to Big Show. I mean,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
dude. How do you...
He's
Look,
48,
I'm
isn't he?
sore when I wake up every morning. Big Show is 7 feet, 383, in his 40s, after doing this for 20 years-ish.
If not longer.
I mean, my hat's off to you, sir. I mean, like, the physical
And he's
therapist
in
in,
the-
me just watches him, and I'm like, I don't know how,
And he's in the best shape of his life.
which is beautiful.
At this age, he's in the best shape of his life, and it's fantastic to see him, you know, still being able to do what he does at the age that he is, and at such a great physical way. He makes me look forward to him versus Shaq at WrestleMania, which is something I never thought I would ever really say as a jaded, jerky wrestling fan.
I'm more interested in the him portion of that than the
I am
Shaq
too.
portion. Just because Shaq is not a wrestler.
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed.
We
then
know
do
what
you-
this match will
How
be.
do you say Shaq is not a wrestler? Shaq can do anything. I'm Shaqalicious.
I'm Shaq-alicious.
Chuck is going to be in my corner.
Yeah, I mean, Shaq can do anything. He can
but
be in
there-
that movie that he was never in, but everybody thinks that he's in.
But there was
You're thinking of Sinbad.
Yeah, Sinbad.
is that Sinbad?
Sinbad
That
was
wasn't
in
Shaq?
was in Shazam, which is the
Shazam.
movie that doesn't
No,
exist.
Shazam.
Shaq was in
Or
Shazam.
No, it's Kazam.
Kazam.
Kazam is the
It was-
Shaq movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kazam is the Shaq movie.
He didn't say Shazam?
No, Shazam is the DC property that might happen
Oh, there we go.
Yes,
with The Rock.
with the
Right.
Possibly.
with a possible Black Adam single
Oh,
film.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but in any case,
But in any case.
there wasn't a it wasn't too long ago that there was a time in which is saying and here comes the Big Show made so many fans just groan, and now he's totally transformed and he's totally in the best condition, in the best wrestling shape, and is putting on better matches than he's been doing in even his early part of his career when he was the most youthful and athletic.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I like the chat rooms putting together, big fights, and it's always Strowman versus somebody. It's like Strowman versus Harper, Strowman versus Rowan. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to see Eric and Luke fight him again.
I want to see Luke Harper versus Strowman. I want to see
Or
Otis
fight for the first time.
I want to see Otis Dozovich from NXT go against Braun Strowman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's a great comment from Mansoor Melancholy. I want to see the Big Show chokeslam Flow Rider. No more WrestleMania theme songs. Yes, I'm on board.
Agreed. Thank you.
Oh, let the man get his check. They like him.
Let the man stay at his house if he wants to sing about it so
lose
much.
in a freestyle battle with Bo Dallas if your job is a recording artist.
Agreed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Granted, I like the song My House. I will listen to it. It doesn't mean you're talented, is my point.
As a wrestler?
No,
I
I'm
don't
talking
need.
about
I
as
don't
a
need to
rapper
hear
for
My
Flow.
House
Okay, as a
ever
rapper.
again. Ugh.
Anyways, that's the show. So let's all put ourselves over. Erik Barnes, go ahead.
You can follow me on Twitter at Eric W. Barnes. I have a comedy show Monday, but I totally forget where. It's somewhere in Whittier. But follow me on there, and I can give you an actual update with times and tickets and all that fun stuff. And talk wrestling with me.
All right, Anissa Barr.
I am the wrestling intern here at AfterBuzz. You could follow me at Anissa Barr X on Twitter and Anissa Barr on Instagram. And I really dig my shirt today.
It's a great shirt.
It's a good shirt.
Because I am a Kathy Kelly fan.
No doubt.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yes.
Markeia McCarty. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Markeia McCarty, MarkeiaMccarty. I'm also Snapchat, Darth Thin Mints. Darth is in Vader. Thin Mints is in Girl Scout cookies. You can catch me on Marvel Movie News tomorrow at our time has changed. We're now at 2:30 p.m. and that'll be every Tuesday now. And I'll be doing a stand-up set at Pack Theater Thursday night. I mean, if you're interested in seeing me try that, that'll be 10:30 p.m. and it's a free show. Come see Setlist.
Nice. Sorry, I forgot to plug. I do a lot of wrestling-related articles for Ranker.com, so check those out. And do some stuff for a puppet named Puppet that also does post WWE show reviews. So check that out at Ranker.
No doubt. Speaking of stand-up, I actually am going to be doing a show in Orlando during WrestleMania week, Wednesday, April 5th. So the night after SmackDown, 2 nights after Raw. It's a really tiny little theater, but if you're still in Orlando for that week, hit me up. I'll tell you how to go. It's going to be super good. So Wednesday, April 5th. Also, Fox Compadres, at Fox Compadres, Wrestling Compadres Slamcast. We got some more great stuff coming up all the way towards WrestleMania. And other than that, just at Loquasto, jlocomedy.com. Some really fun stuff coming up. Still working on the comedy album. And guys, you know what? We love you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.